Hey, welcome back. We're going to do some mobility today, a little hip flow mobility, good for anyone with stiff hips, and also if you don't have any stiff hips. We are building some strength in full range of motion. First, we're going to warm up a little bit, and then I'm going to give you a certain amount of rounds that you can do a specific exercise, a flow routine for. But I strongly advise for you to already follow along, because the steps are going to be hard to remember if you don't. First, we're going to start with a warm up. So make sure you are somewhere in the room where you have, like, this is tight space. So you do need some space because you're probably going to be moving around a little bit. So make sure you got that now, and then we're going to dive into it. First, what you can start with is getting into 90-90 position. And when we talk about 90-90 position, your legs are right here in front of you, and there's 90-degree angle from the upper leg and the lower leg in both legs. Now from here, first what we're going to do is rotate to the other side, and from there I want you to lift the hip. When you do that, you can fully rotate, which gets you into night stance here. And in this position here, I'm just going to position myself towards the camera, but from that position here, I want you to now posteriorly tilt your hip, so till in between your legs, which is going to stretch the front part of your leg, your quadriceps. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to lean all the way over your ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from this position, you can get up into a low squat and push your knees out. So really opening the hips. 3, 4, 5. And then it's really easy to get back into the Knights position, where you can now go all the way back to 90-90, but first pigeon position here, where we are stretching the hip. 3, 4, 5. And now when you sit down, you can sort of easily slide back into the 90-90 position. I'm just going to position myself like this quickly, but you are still in the same position. And from there, again, we are going to rotate to the other side. We're going to lift the hip and stand up. From here again, you can posteriorly tilt your hip, stretching your quadricep. 3, 4, 5. You can lean into your ankle. 3, 4, 5. From here you can get into the low squat position, pushing the knees out. 4, 5. Go back into Knight's position, and as you're going back to 90-90, first I want you to get into this pigeon position, stretching the outside of the hip. 3, 4, 5, and that's when we get back into 90-90 position. So this is very similar to the exercise that we are going to do, and I'd say again, follow along, and I'm going to explain to you the routine. After that, I'm going to give you 6 rounds that you can do. So, like I said, we're going to split this one in 2 parts to make it a little bit easier. And we're going to start in the dead bug position. So what you can first start doing is, as you are in this dead bug position, let me get in this position here for you. Dead bug position. Now we're going to go and we're going to lean to the left and bring the left elbow on the ground, and then slide like that, fall into 90-90 position. From here we can use our elbow to get up, and then place our hand on the ground to push ourselves up totally. From there it's important to look, and we can slide into the other 90-90 position, where we then put our hands on the ground, slide our feet over, and get back into the dead bug position. That's a lot. So okay, we're going to do this again, and now to the right, and you're going to follow along. So check this out. You got your right arm, you put your elbow on the ground, and as you do that, you lean into 90-90 position. From there, you lean up over your elbow in your hand and you can push yourself into the rotation. From here, you're gonna put your hand on the ground again, slide your other foot over and end up in dead bug position. I want you to be able to do this one a little bit faster than that. So if you already get it, all good, we're gonna go on to the next one. If you don't, just pause the video, maybe even bring it back and try it until you can do it. So you just did part 1 and now we're going to get into part 2. It starts the same. So you just got back from part 1, right? Where you go like this and you're in dead bug position again. Now what you can do is again, left elbow, lean, same as like you did the 90-90, but instead of bringing it back like this now, you are going to lift the hip like we did in the warm-up. From there you place your foot and you do a one-legged squat. You balance. Now from this position, it's super important that you bring your back foot back like you did earlier, where it was earlier, and then bring the back foot all the way to 90-90. One thing that is done wrong a lot is that people do this. And that's not what we want. We don't want to go to this butterfly position here. We want to, from this position, bring the foot first and look into the rotation. And this will set you up. Let me just move here a little bit. And this immediately sets you up to keep rotating, lift the hip, place the foot, one-legged squat, place the foot again, 90-90 position, and here we can go back to the dead bug. The other side, elbow, lean, push, 90-90 position, lift the hip, foot, one-leg squat, place the foot, 90-90 position, look through the rotation, hip, foot, one-leg squat. Place again, 90-90 position, and we are going back to the dead bug. All right, so now you know sequence 1 and sequence 2. You are going to do them in a row, and you're going to do that 10 times, which should take about 10 minutes. It's a great exercise for everything involving the pop-up, the entire health of your lower body. And what I find really important is that when you squat, that your knee is above your toes. We do not want the knee to fall inward when you go into that one-legged squat. I'm going to show you what one round is. If you want, you can follow along, and then you can do 9 more. Good luck. So here we go. We're in dead bug position. First, we're gonna go left, elbow, knees, push, rotate, hand, slide, and dead bug. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Right, knees, rotate, slide the foot, and get back into dead bug. Now we're gonna go left again. Rotate, lift the hip, one-legged squat, place the foot. Other side, lift hip, squat. Slide the foot, get back to dead bug. That was left. Now we're gonna go right. Right elbow, rotate to 90-90, lift the hip, squat. Rotate through, squat, and slide. That's one round. I wish you lots of luck doing 10 of those, so 9 more. Enjoy it. Ciao.